Living the Dream 12. Grammar, reported speech, indirect questions. Vocabulary, ways of speaking. Reading, lives that made a difference. Listening, Giovanni Giudice, living his dream. Everyday English, talking in cliches. Writing a biography. Mother Teresa. Watch the video introduction. One look at the photo. Is this your idea of living the dream? If it isn't, what would be? 2. Read the quote. Does the fear of failure stop you from trying to do things? Question mark. There is just one thing that makes your dream impossible. The fear of failure? Paulo Coelho. Use your workbook for self-study. Go online for more practice and to check your progress. 119. Starter. Grammar, reported speech. 112.1 Read and listen to the joke. Why is it funny? Just leave me alone. Single quote. I don't know what time. 15. Paula. A tramp was sleeping on a park bench. A lady stopped and asked, "Excuse me, what time is it?" The tramp was annoyed at being woken up. He told her, "I haven't got a watch, so I don't know the time." He went back to sleep. A bit later, a boy stopped. He also woke the tramp and asked, "Excuse me, do you know the time?" The tramp replied angrily, "I have no idea what the time is. I'm trying to sleep." By now he was really fed up, so he wrote a sign. "I don't know what the time is." He put it next to him on the bench and went back to sleep. Half an hour later, a policeman was passing. He read the sign, woke the tramp up and said, "Good evening, sir, it's 9 o'clock. Single quote. 212.2 Listen to the joke again. There are some differences. Complete the lines with the reported conversations you hear. 1. The lady asked him what time it. 2. He told her that he. So he. The time. 3. The tramp replied angrily that he. A watch. No idea what the time. 4. He added that he. To sleep. 5. The policeman said that it. 9 o'clock. The empty desk. 1. Joaquin Garcia from Cadiz, Spain didn't show up for work for years. Nobody noticed. Read the article and answer the questions. 1. Why did the mayor finally notice Garcia's absence? 2. What was Garcia's excuse for not working? 3. What had he been doing? 4. What did the court do? 5. Why do you think the article is called The Long Lunch? The Long Lunch. A Spanish civil servant didn't show up for his job at the Cadiz Water Board for years and nobody noticed. Joaquin Garcia, a water engineer in the Spanish city of Cadiz, was due to collect a medal for 20 years loyal service, but nobody could find him. The mayor, Jorge Blas Fernandez, asked where he was. He wondered if he was still on the payroll or whether he had retired or died. Fernandez went to the manager of the water board. The manager told him that he didn't know where Garcia was, and he added that he had not seen him for several years. The mayor was amazed, so he contacted the missing engineer. He asked him what he had been doing for so many years. Garcia refused to answer. The case went to court. The court asked Garcia to explain his absence. They wanted to know why he had taken his pay despite doing no work. Garcia admitted that he had not kept regular business hours, but said that was because he had been bullied at work and had become depressed. He added that he was making good use of his time at home. He had been studying philosophy, especially the works of Spinoza, the Dutch philosopher. The court ordered Garcia to pay a fine of €27,000. The mayor told him that he would definitely not receive a medal. 212.3 Read and listen to the questions and answers spoken by the people in the article. Who said them? Find the lines that report them. What do you notice about the tenses? 1. Where is he? Single quote. The mayor asked where he was. 2. I don't know where he is. I haven't seen him for years. 3. Is he still on the payroll? Has he retired or died? Single quote. 4. What have you been doing for so many years? Single quote. 5. Why did you take your pay despite doing no work? Single quote. 6. I didn't keep regular hours because I was bullied and I became depressed. 7. I'm making good use of my time. I've been studying philosophy. 8. You will not receive a medal. 3. How are these lines reported in the article? 1. I won't answer. Single quote. 2. Please, explain your absence. 3. You have to pay a fine of 27,000 euros. Oh, grammar spot. Reported statements. 1. When we report what people say, we usually move the tense back. I'm depressed. He said he was depressed. You'll love it. She was sure that I would love it. Reported questions. 2. In reported questions, there is no change in word order and no do, does, did. Practice the job interview. 1. Report these sentences. 1. I'm looking for a new job. She said. ... 2. I've applied for 6 already. She told me. ... 3. Have you had any interviews? I asked. ... 4. I went for an interview last week. She said. ... 5. When will you hear about the job? I wondered. ... 6. I'm not sure. She replied. ... 7. You must call them and ask. I told her to. ... 8. Can you show me the job description? I asked her to. ... D equals had or D equals would. 2. Work with a partner and read the sentences. When does D equals had and when does D equals would? How does it affect the meaning? 1. She asked if she'd accepted the job. He asked if she'd accept the job. 2. He wanted to know where she worked. She wanted to know where she'd worked. 3. She said they'd traveled by train. He said they'd travel by train. 12.4. What did the people actually say? Listen and check. Reporting verbs. 3. Match the reporting verbs AI in the box with the direct speech 1 to 9. A. Offer. C. Explain. E. Complain. G. Announce. I. Invite. B. Persuade. D. Promise. F. Ask. H. Encourage. 1F. 2C. Can you help me? She said to me. I've been very busy, he said. Where do you live? Single quote. He asked me where I lived. 3. Did she see Mike? Single quote. He wondered if she'd seen Mike. 4. When is if used? Reported commands and requests. 3. Look at these sentences. Which one is a command? 7. Which a request? They told him to pay a fine. I really will work hard for my exams, she said. Any unattended luggage will be removed, they said. You really should go traveling. You'd love it, she said to me. I'll give you a lift to the airport, he said to me. We would like you to come to our wedding, John said to his boss. The court asked him to explain. 8. Go on. Apply for that job. You know you'd be good at it, he said. Okay, I will, I replied. Right pointing arrow grammar reference 12.1. P 154. The only post I receive is junk mail, he said. 4. Report the sentences in exercise 3 using the reporting verbs. She asked me to help her. He explained that he had been very busy. Indirect questions. Please, can you tell me? ... Question mark. 1. Read the sentences in the box and answer questions 1 to 4. A. What's the time? B. Who does he work for? C. Where did she go? D. Do they have any children? B. Can you tell me what the time is? Right pointing arrow I have no idea who he works for. Right pointing arrow I don't know where she went. I wonder if they have any children. 1. Which are direct questions? Which are indirect? 2. What are the differences? 3. Why is there no does and did in B? 4. When is if used? Spoken English asking questions politely. 1. 12.5 It sounds more polite to ask questions indirectly. Listen and complete these examples. Where's the station? What do you earn? How much did you pay for that shirt? What time do the banks close? Single quote. Is Kate coming? Could you tell me where? Dot. Dot. Question mark. Could you possibly tell me how much? Dot. Dot. Question mark. Would you mind telling me how much? Dot. Dot. Question mark. Do you know when? Dot. Dot. Question mark. Single quote. I wonder if. Dot. Dot. Question mark. 212.5 Listen again and repeat. Pay attention to stress and intonation. 2 Work with a partner. Match the lines in A, B, and C to make some everyday questions. A. B. Time. What? X3. Who? Which? How much? Football team is. X2. Kind of. C. Do you normally get up? Do you support? Music do you like? In front of a screen each day? A day do you check your phone? Your last job? Your dream job? Angelina Jolie. The world's most admired woman. 1 Where, when, born to who, parents. 3 What, first film role. 4 What, most famous film. 5 Ever won any awards. 6 How many times married. 7 How many children. 8 The other kinds of work. 9 Why, so admired. 4 What do you know about Angelina Jolie? Make indirect questions about her using the prompts 1 to 9 above and the phrases below. I wonder. Dot. Dot. I don't know. Dot. Dot. I have no idea. Dot. Dot. I want to know. Dot. Dot. I'm not sure. Dot. Dot. I wonder where she was born. I have no idea who her parents are. Time do you spend? How many times? How long? Did you leave? 5 Work with a partner. Why? X2. Have you been? Don't you? Your favorite sportsperson? Reply to my texts. Learning English? 3 Ask and answer the questions in 2 more politely using a suitable phrase from spoken English. And 1. Can you tell me what time you normally get up? 12.6 Listen and compare. Student A. Ask direct and indirect questions about Angelina. Can you tell me what her first film role was? When was it? Student B. Turn to P156. Read the information about Angelina and answer the questions. Her first film role was. Dot. Dot. Listening and speaking, having the time of his life. 1 What is your dream job? Close your eyes and think about it. Then answer the questions. Tell a partner. Is the job indoors or outdoors? Is it well paid? Does it require special training and/or qualifications? Does it involve working with other people? Does it involve travel? Do you need good communication skills? Do you need to be physically strong to do it? 2 Look at the photo. Where are the men? What's their job? Discuss what you think the answers in 1 would be for their job. NDO. 3 Read what Giovanni Giudice says about being a gondolier. Why does he like it? What do you think his previous job was? You meet people with no problems, and you don't make money on the problems of people, you make money on the happiness of people. Dot. 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 You meet families when they are together, not when they are getting divorced and all these things. Single quote. 412.7 Listen to a radio interview with Giovanni. Were you right about his previous job? Answer the questions. 1 How old is Giovanni? 26, 36, 46. 2 Where does the interviewer come from? What does he say about his country? 3 Did Giovanni's parents encourage him to change jobs? 4 Complete the sentence. There are 1,425 in Venice and only 5 Why is it difficult to become a gondolier? What does Giovanni call the man who helped him? 6. What is the myth about gondoliers? 7. When and why does Giovanni want to go to Australia? 8. Why is he critical of gondoliers who are unhappy? 5. Giovanni's English is good, but he makes a few mistakes. Work with a partner, read what he says, and correct the underlined words. 1. I would never lose this for anything. 2. It's 10 years I don't touch a book of law anymore. 3. If you want to do the bloody gondolier, you find yourself kicked out. 4. He's most important person in my adult life, because gave me the job. 5. You have to find a very patient girl, who will know what does it mean to be the wife of a gondolier. 6. It rings at noon and midnight wherever you will be in the city. What do you think? Do you think Giovanni made the right decision? Why not? Is there ever a case for doing a job that you don't particularly enjoy? Why not? 13,331. Reading and speaking. Lives that make a difference. 1. Look at the pictures and read the introductions about Eugene Cernan and Christina Noble. Who are they? What did they do? Both have had films made about them. Why do you think this is? 2. Read their words. Who said which? What are they talking about? It doesn't matter whether you're in a gutter in Dublin or Ho Chi Minh City, it's still a gutter. Single quote. I looked at my footprints, I knew I wouldn't be coming back. That was the one moment when I wanted to stop time. Single quote. 3. Work with a partner. Student A. You are going to read about Eugene Cernan. Student B. You are going to read about Christina Noble. Before you read the article, look at the vocabulary in the box. Discuss which words you expect to go with which article. Why? Look up any new words. Lunar module slums crewmates matter of factness siblings alcoholic landing appalling suffering cuddles public appearances tunnel vision earthrise. 4. Read your article. Were you correct about the vocabulary? Make notes about 3 important events in your person's life. Tell your partner. 5. Read the other article. With your partner read these lines from them and answer the questions below. 1. He survived that great adventure. Without becoming capsized by it. ... Nor retreating from it. What is the great adventure? Who survived? Who was capsized? Who retreated? How? 2. We were so tunnel vision about going to the moon. But sooner or later, you've got to come to grips with ... What's important in life? Who does we refer to? What was their tunnel vision? Who suffered because of it? 3. It was hopeless, made impossible because her father was an alcoholic. What was hopeless and impossible? What happened as a result? 4. The pain has never left her, and she doesn't want it to. What caused the pain? Why does she not want it to go? What do you think? Why do some astronauts have problems with the rest of their lives? Will there ever be more manned space exploration? Why not? Does suffering always help make you a better person? In a film of your life, what would be the most important moments? Watch a video about Pam Llewellyn, a nurse who is trying to make a difference to lives in Uganda. Eugene Cernan 1934–2017 astronaut. The Last Man on the Moon. Sean O'Hagan. Thursday, March 31, 2016. We saw dazzling things. Single quote. Cernan on the moon during the Apollo 17 mission. Christina Noble OBE charity worker. The woman who transformed the lives of 700,000 children. The Guardian. Joanna Moorhead Saturday, February 13, 2016 12:37 GMT. ISTI. Eugene Cernan was the last man to walk on the moon. The landing, said the astronaut, is like being immersed in a sheet of fire, a comet, a shooting star. Cernan, with crewmates Thomas Stafford and John Young, also traveled faster than any human being in history. Apollo 10 reached 24,791 miles per hour. His journey to the moon. Born in Chicago in 1934 to a Czech mother and Slovak father, Kernan became a naval aviator before being selected by NASA for astronaut training. He went on to pilot Apollo 10 in May 1969, before finally being selected as commander of Apollo 17, which carried out the most recent moon landing, in December 1972. It was on this voyage that Kernan became the 12th and last man to walk on the moon. He survived the great adventure without becoming capsized by it, as Buzz Aldrin was using alcohol, or retreating from it, as the reclusive Neil Armstrong did. Like many astronauts, he retained a military matter-of-factness. We were there to do a job. Occasionally, though, his reticence gave way to a sense of wonder. You can hear yourself breathe inside the suit, he said of the long moments of stillness just before the launch. 500,000 people watched the night launch of Apollo 17 from Kennedy Space Center, in Florida, including his then-wife, Barbara. He spent 3 days on the moon's surface. People say, what was it really like up there? We saw some dazzling, extraordinary things. I mean, not too many people get to see an Earthrise. He pauses for a long time. When I was boarding the lunar module for the last time and I looked at my footprints, I knew I wouldn't be coming back. That was the one moment when I wanted to stop time. After the moon. Unlike the first man to walk on the moon, the late Neil Armstrong, with whom he became friends, Kernan relished the celebrity the moon landing gave him. He made many public appearances. He said, I enjoy meeting people. Single quote. If you think going to the moon is hard, try staying at home. There was a personal cost to that celebrity, and Kernan's first wife, Barbara, did not enjoy it. If you think going to the moon is hard, try staying at home. Their marriage did not survive. The Apollo astronauts were an elite group of alpha males, to which family often took second place. Kernan said, we were so tunnel vision about going to the moon, but sooner or later, you've got to come to grips with who you are and what's important in life. All I ever wanted to do was fly. For a long time, there was nothing else. Kernan died on the 16th of January 2017, surrounded by his family. We all have dreams, but Christina Noble, OBE, had a dream that was to transform the lives of 700,000 children. In 1971, at the height of the Vietnam War, Christina went to bed after watching the news and dreamed she could go there and help the children. At the time, she was raising 3 children of her own. She had had little education and knew nothing about Vietnam. She called an aid agency. They listened politely and said they would call back. They never did. A childhood of appalling suffering, but there was one qualification Christina had for the work. She had had a childhood of appalling suffering. It doesn't matter whether you're in a gutter in Dublin or Ho Chi Minh City, it's still a gutter, she says. Every child deserves love and cuddles and kindness and warm food and a bed. Single quote. Born in 1944 in the slums of Dublin, the worst in Europe, Christina was the eldest of 8 children. Her mother died when she was 10, and she had to become a mother to her younger siblings. I tried to feed them, I tried to get them to school. I'd go to the market at 4 a.m. to get oranges and cabbages. It was hopeless, made impossible because her father was an alcoholic. I'd go from pub to pub looking for him. When I found him, I'd say, "Come home, Daddy." Single quote, single quote. Eventually, someone reported the family to the authorities. We were taken away, says Christina. We were all screaming, "Daddy, Daddy, please don't let them take us. We'll be good, we'll go to school." I remember him shouting back, "Your mammy is dead and I can't look after you. It's for the best." The children were put into separate institutions. Christina was told all her siblings had died, and it was many years before she was reunited with them. Mama Tina. But Christina never forgot her dream. In 1989, her children now grown up, she simply got on a plane to Vietnam, checked into a hotel and started talking to street children. When she saw kids who were dirty, hungry, and afraid, she smuggled them into her hotel room and gave them a bath and food. They called her Mama Tina. Eventually, in 1991, she got two oil executives to donate $10,000, and she set up the Christina Noble Foundation. Based in Vietnam and Mongolia, it now has offices in 14 countries around the world, and 700,000 children have been helped to a better life. The pain has never left. It's impossible to recover fully from a childhood as horrific as Christina's. The pain has never left her, and she doesn't want it to. The most important thing in life is remembering that we're all the same, we're all human beings, she says. I learned in the slums of Dublin how to help a child in the slums of Vietnam. Single quote. Accuse. Beg. Admit, chat. Advise. Command. Approve, complain. Argue. Criticize. Deny. Discuss. Gossip. Grumble. Insist. Praise. Protest. Quarrel. Vocabulary and listening ways of speaking. 1. There are many verbs that describe ways of speaking. Match the verbs to their categories. Verbs plus prepositions. 3. Put the correct preposition or no preposition in the gaps. 1. My dad doesn't approve. Tattoos on my arms. Her kids. Misbehaving in the supermarket. Compliment. 2. She yelled. Recommend. Scream. Suggest. Whisper. Yell. 3. He was accused. Lying. Where he had been. 4. I agree. You. Most. Things, but not politics. Good idea. Disagreeing. 5. I discuss. Everything. My wife. 6. He insisted. Paying for the drinks. Social. Volume. A court of law. Disliking. Liking. Asking and ordering. 2. Write in a verb from 1. Sometimes more than 1 is possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sweet words of love in your ear. At the sight of a huge spider in the bath. That you made a mistake. About the awful weather. Sometimes even with your best friend. To a mate in the pub about football. The latest James Bond film. About the love lives of celebrities. 7. The students were protesting. The war. 8. He complimented her new hairstyle. His wife. 412.8. Listen to 4 conversations. What are the people talking about? Describe the way they are talking. They're arguing about. ... She's criticizing. ... He protests that. ... She's accusing him of. ... He denies. ... He insists on. ... You look like a daffodil. I do not. Go online for more vocabulary practice. Everyday English talking in cliches. 1. Some people like to end a conversation with a cliche. Nothing else needs to be said because this says it all. Underline the cliches in these conversations. I didn't get that job I applied for. They said I need more experience. Did you know 25% of the world speaks English? Oh, well, you win. Some, you lose. Some. Really? You learn something new every day. 2. Match a line in A with a cliche in B. A. 1. I left my phone on the bus. I'm lost without it. So many meetings and no decisions made. 2. I can't make him see that there's a problem. I was about to text you, and you texted me. 3. I don't know why you like Kim. She's strange. Pat is full of good, practical ideas. 4. I've got 10 exams in the next 2 weeks. I've got 3 months holiday. 5. The report doesn't have to be sent in today. I'm amazed. The garden looks great now. 6. That lecture was awful. I was bored to death. I reversed into a wall and broke a headlight. 7. I wonder if their marriage will last. He loves nothing more than evenings at home. 8. Our neighbors are extreme right-wing. I lent Peter £100, and he never paid me back. B. Great minds think alike. I know. It's all talk and no action. Come on. It's not the end of the world. Yes, it's like banging your head against a brick wall. Great minds think alike. Yes, she certainly has both feet on the ground. Well, it takes all sorts to make a world. Rather you than me. It's all right for some. What? And I just bust a gut to get it done. Thanks, but it's all in a day's work. Never mind. It could have been worse. You can say that again. I fell asleep. Only time will tell. Ah, he's a man after my own heart. That's awful, but you live and learn. Oh, well, live and let live. That's what I say. 312.9 Listen and check. Practice with a partner. Take turns at being A and B. 4. Read the quotes from Abraham Lincoln and Muhammad Ali. What do they mean? Do you agree with them? Famous last words. ... In the end, it's not the years in your life that count. It's the life in your years. Single quote. Don't count the years. Make the years count. Abraham Lincoln 1809 to 1865. 16th President of the U.S. Muhammad Ali 1942 to 2016 boxing champion. Writing a biography combining sentences Mother Teresa of Calcutta. 1910 to 1997. 1. What do you know about Mother Teresa? Share ideas as a class. 2. Read the sentences in or about Mother Teresa's early life. Work with a partner and compare them with the paragraph in B. Note all the ways the sentences combine. Her early life. Mother Teresa was a missionary. B. Mother Teresa was a missionary who? She worked among the poor people of Calcutta, India. Worked among the poor people. She was born Agnes Gonja Boyagiu. She was born in Skopje, Macedonia. She was born on August 26, 1910. Her father was Albanian. He died when she was 8 years old. Her mother was left to bring up the family. Of Calcutta, India. She was born Agnes Gonja Boyagiu in Skopje, Macedonia on August 26, 1910. Her father, who was Albanian, died when she was just 8 years old, leaving her mother to bring up the family. 3. Read the sentences in A. Work with your partner to complete the paragraph in B with the information in A. Working as a teacher. Agnes was very young. She wanted to become a missionary. She left home in September 1928. She joined a convent in Ireland. She was given the name Teresa. She was sent to India in January 1929. She taught in St. Mary's High School Convent. St. Mary's was in Calcutta. She worked in St. Mary's for over 20 years. At first, she was called Sister Teresa. She was called Mother Teresa in 1937. B. From a very young age, Agnes had wanted ... So in September 1928, she ... to join ... in Ireland, where she was given ... a few months later, in ... she was sent to ... to teach in ... in Calcutta. Here she worked for ... first as Sister ... and finally in 1937 as Mother Teresa. 4. Now do the same again with the lines in A and B. Read your completed paragraph aloud to each other and the class. Working for the poor. In 1946, Mother Teresa felt called by God. She was called to help the poorest of the poor. She left St. Mary's Convent on August 17, 1948. She started visiting families in the slums of Calcutta. She looked after sick and dying children. She started a religious community in 1950. It was called the Missionaries of Charity. The communities spread all over the world in the 1960s and 70s. Mother Teresa was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1979. She developed severe health problems. She continued to work amongst the poor. She died on September 5, 1997. Thousands of people from all over the world came to her funeral. B. Mother Teresa finally left. On August 17, 1948. 2 years earlier, in she had felt called by to help so she started visiting looking sick in 1950 she started called the Missionaries of Charity, which by the 1960s and 70s had spread in 1979 Mother Teresa she continued to work despite developing when she finally, on September 5, 1997, thousands of people. 5. Research some facts about a famous man or woman, dead or alive, that you admire. Write a short biography. Go online for more writing practice.